ladies and gentlemen, tennis fans, sports enthusiasts, and everyone tuning in from across the globe. Welcome to what might just be the most electrifying storyline in modern tennis history. We are standing on the precipice of something truly monumental. A sporting phenomenon that has quite literally sent shock waves through the entire United States and beyond. The news breaking across every sports network, trending on every social media platform, and dominating the conversation from the pristine courts of Indian Wells all the way to the sun-drenched stadiums of Florida is simply this. The whole USA is shocked, and Alexandra Eala, the undisputed crowd favorite, is commanding the spotlight as we head into the 2026 Miami Open. Thousands upon thousands of fans are waiting, camping out, refreshing their feeds, and buying up every available ticket just to catch a glimpse of the Filipino sensation who has taken the tennis world by absolute storm. To say that the atmosphere right now is electric would be a massive understatement as we speak. Here in the middle of March 2026, the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens is bracing itself for a seismic event. The qualifiers are just days away. The main draw is imminent, and the singular name on everyone's lips is Alex Eala. We are witnessing a level of anticipation that is usually reserved for the absolute titans of the sport. The legends who have dominated for decades. Yet here we have a 20-year-old from Quezon City, Philippines, who has captivated the hearts of the American public and the global tennis community with a brand of tennis that is as fearless as it is technically breathtaking. The entire country is watching, stunned by her meteoric rise, her unwavering composure, and the undeniable magic she brings to the court. You have to understand the Discover More Videos language translation software, video editing software magnitude of what is happening right now. Last year, Alex Eala arrived in Miami as a wild card, ranked 140 in the world, relatively unknown to the casual American sports fan. Fast forward exactly 1 year and she is returning not as an underdog, but as a seeded player hovering around world number 31, carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders and backed by a legion of fans that make every single one of her matches feel like a home game. The United States crowd has adopted her. The thousands of fans waiting outside the practice courts, holding up the Philippine flag, wearing her merchandise, and chanting her name are a testament to a cultural crossover that transcends a sport itself. She is no longer just a rising star. She is a certified, undeniable box office attraction. What makes the situation so incredibly shocking to the American public is a sheer defiance of expectations. Tennis is a sport built on hierarchy, on paying your dues, on a slow and grueling climb up the rankings. But Alexandra Eala does not subscribe to that narrative. She plays with a baseline hugging, front foot aggression that leave opponents gasping for air and leaves crowds roaring for more. The fans in Miami remember what she did here last year. They remember the giant slaying run, the impossible angle she created with that dreamy left-handed forehand, and the sheer grit she displayed when her body was failing her. They remember a teenager taking down Grand Slam champions one by one, looking across the net at the very best in the world and refusing to blink. That memory has fermented over the past 12 months into a fever pitch of anticipation. The USA is shocked because she proved it was not a fluke. She proved that the miracle run of 2025 was merely the prologue to a legendary career. And the fans are waiting because they know exactly what is at stake. They know about the pressure cooker she is walking into. They know about the 390 ranking points she has to defend. They know that the entire women's tour has spent a year studying her game, trying to find a weakness in the armor of the Rafa Nadal Academy graduate. But despite all that, the overwhelming sentiment, the undeniable buzz echoing through the palm trees of Florida is one of absolute belief. The crowd favorite is back. The Eala experience is about to resume. And the thousands of fans who are transformed the Miami Open into a sea of blue, red, white, and yellow are ready to witness history repeat itself. This is not just a tennis tournament anymore. It is the next chapter of a sporting epic to truly understand the gravity of what we are witnessing right now in March 2026. To fully grasp why the entire United States is captivated by Alexandra Eala and why thousands of fans are waiting with bated breath first serve the Miami Open, we have to peel back the layers and take a massive comprehensive deep dive into the making of this global icon. We have to examine the anatomy of her game, the psychological fortitude that drives her, and the incredible journey that took her from a young girl in the Philippines to the center court of the tennis world. This is not just a story of talent. It is a story of relentless dedication, strategic brilliance, and the kind of mental toughness that cannot be taught. Let us rewind the clock to exactly 1 year ago, the 2025 Miami Open. This is the moment everything changed. This is a tournament that catapulted Alexandra Eala from a promising junior prospect into a global superstar. When she received that wild-card entry, nobody could have predicted the sheer devastation she was about to unleash on the women's draw. She arrived ranked 140. She left as the first Filipino player in the Open era to reach a WTA 1000 semi-final, the first to defeat a major champion at a tour-level event, and the first wildcard in history to defeat 3 major champions in straight sets at a single event. It was a run of such statistical improbability that it forced entire tennis establishment to rewrite the rulebook on what a teenager is capable of. Her opening match was against a very capable American, Katie Valanets. It was a solid character-building victory, winning 63-76. It was a kind of match a wild card is supposed to be happy with. A nice first-round win to justify the invitation. But what followed was a masterclass in giant slaying. In the second round, she faced Yelena Ostapenko, a former French Open champion and the 25th seed known for her blistering, uncompromising power. Everyone expected the veteran to hit the teenager off the court. Instead, Eala absorbed the pace, redirected the power, and frustrated Ostapenko into submission, taking the match 76-75. It was a revelation. It showed that Eala possessed an incredibly high tennis IQ, an ability to read the game and neutralize weapons that had won Grand Slams. But she was not done. In the third round, she faced Madison Keys, the American powerhouse and former Grand Slam finalist. This was supposed to be the end of the road. Keys hits the ball arguably harder than anyone on tour. But Eala, playing with that signature baseline hugging style, took the ball incredibly early. She rushed Keys, denying of the time to set up those massive ground strokes. The left-handed angles pulled Keys off the court, and Eala cruised to a stunning 6 feet 4 inches 6-2 victory. The crowd in Miami, initially supporting their home countrywoman, began to realize they were witnessing something special. The cheers shifted. The ELA phenomenon was taking root. And then came the match that broke the internet. The match that made headlines around the world. The quarterfinal clash against the world number 2, the 5-time Grand Slam champion. The narrative was perfect. Years earlier, Swiatek had been the guest of honor. At Ella's graduation from the Rafael Nadal Academy, they had shared a moment of mutual respect. Now, they were facing off under the bright lights of Hard Rock Stadium. Swiatek is a gold standard of women's tennis, but on that night, Eala played an entirely flawless match. She dismantled the Swiatek defense hit to the court with a fearless intensity that left a Polish superstar without answers. 1-6-2-7-5. The image of Eala dropping her racket, hands covering her face in disbelief, will forever be etched in the annals of tennis history. She had done the impossible. The physical toll, however, was immense. By the time she reached the semi-final against Jessica Pegula, Eala's body was pushed to the absolute breaking point. She walked onto the court with a heavily strapped thigh. Midway through the second set, she suffered an ankle roll. She later described herself in the press conference as playing like a mummy held together by athletic tape and sheer willpower. Yet, she dragged the world number 4 into a grueling 3-set war. She lost the first set in a tiebreak, miraculously fought back to win the second set 75, breaking Pegula multiple times before finally running out of gas in third set, losing 6-3. Even in defeat, she won the ultimate victory. She won the unwavering respect of the locker room and the adoration of the global public. She proved she was a warrior. The aftermath of that Miami run was a whirlwind. Her rankings skyrocketed from 140 to world number 75. A massive jump that opened the doors to direct entry into Grand Slams and higher-tier tournaments. The exposure was unprecedented. She received a personal message of congratulations from Rafael Nadal himself. A massive validation from the 22-time Grand Slam champion, who had overseen her development at his academy in Mallorca since she was 12 years old. Nadal, who had helped tweak her serve, told her he was extremely proud and urged her to keep dreaming. When Rafael Nadal tells you to keep dreaming, you listen. But the true test of a champion is not how they handle the sudden burst of success. It is how they handle the grueling reality of sustaining it. The rest of the 2025 season was a roller coaster of learning curves. Now a marked woman on the tour, Eala had to deal with opponents studying her tendencies, attacking her serve, and forcing her to adapt. She experienced the grueling grind of the tour, the jet lag, the weight of expectations from an entire nation desperate for a global sporting hero to succeed Manny Pacquiao. And she navigated it beautifully. She claimed her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara, becoming the first Filipino to achieve that milestone. She made history again at the US Open, securing her first main draw victory at a major by defeating Clara Tauson. By the end of 2025, she solidified her place in the top 50, finishing the year as a certified force to be reckoned with. Now let us bring the analysis to the present moment. It is early 2026, and the evolution of Alexandra Eala has continued at a frightening pace. She is not resting on her laurels. She has utilized the off-season to bulk up physically, adding crucial strength to her frame to withstand the punishing rallies of the modern women's game. She has worked meticulously with her coach Joan Bosch to refine her service motion, turning what was once a slight vulnerability into a reliable weapon that dictates the point. And the results speak for themselves. Just a few weeks ago at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, she showcased this new leveled-up version of herself. She stormed to the quarterfinals, securing a massive victory over the current world number 7, Jasmine Paolini. That one propelled her to a new career-high ranking of world number 31. It was a statement to the rest of the tour. The Miami Miracle was not a one-off. It was a foundation of an empire. And then came the BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells. The first half of prestigious Sunshine Double making her debut in California desert. Eala proved once again why she is the most captivating story in tennis. She advanced at around 16, but was her match against the American superstar Coco Gauff that truly encapsulated the ELA experience. It was a highly anticipated clash, a battle between two of the brightest young stars in the sport. Gauff playing in front of her home crowd was a favorite. But Eala, entirely unfazed by the atmosphere, played with a surgical precision that had Gauff scrambling. Eala was leading the match when unfortunately Gauff was forced to retire due to injury. But it was what Eala did after the match that truly shocked the USA and won over thousands of new fans. Instead of merely celebrating her progression, Eala showed an incredible level of empathy and class. Immediately checking on her injured opponent. Then grabbing the microphone on International Women's Day, she delivered a speech that left the stadium in awe. She thanked the women who paved the way, specifically praising Coco Gauff as an amazing competitor and role model, wishing her a speedy recovery. It was a display of maturity, grace, and profound substance from a 20-year-old. It proved that there is so much more to her than just a dreamy forehand and insane court coverage. She is a woman of deep character, an ambassador who understands a platform she's been given and uses it to elevate the sport and the people around her. This brings us to the ultimate crucible, the 2026 Miami Open. The stakes could not possibly be higher. This is a tournament where she made her name, and returning here carries an enormous amount of pressure. For the first time in her career, she is arriving at a major event with a massive target on her back. She is defending 390 ranking points from her semi-final run last year. In the ruthless mathematics of the WTA Tour, failing to defend those points means a significant drop in the rankings. The safety net of the wild card is gone. She is expected to win. She is expected to go deep. Furthermore, her new ranking means she will be a seeded player in Miami. This fundamentally changes the dynamic of the tournament for her. Being seeded likely means a bye in the first round. A crucial advantage that saves physical energy, but it also means that when she does step on the court for her first match, she will be facing an opponent who has already played themselves into form. An opponent who has nothing to lose and everything to gain by taking down the tournament's biggest draw. The pressure is immense. But if we analyze her psychological profile, Alex is uniquely equipped to handle it. She thrives in the chaos. She feeds off the energy of the crowd when she says the fans make her feel at home. She means it. The massive Filipino expatriate community in Florida, combined with the American fans who have adopted her as her own, will turn the Hard Rock Stadium into a fortress of support. She is a fighter, a counter-puncher who refuses to back down. The comparisons Clear's throat to boxing great Manny Pacquiao are not just about nationality. They are about heart. They are about the grit to stand in the center of the ring or the center of the court, take the best shots the world has to offer and fire back with interest. Tactically, her path to the Miami draw will be fascinating to dissect. The hard court to Miami plays slightly differently than the desert conditions of Indian Wells. They can be slower, rewarding heavy top spin and grueling baseline construction. This plays perfectly into Eala's hands. Her time at the Rafael Nadal Academy instilled in her a clay court mentality, the patience to build the point, the heavy rotation on her ground strokes, and a defensive resilience to retrieve one extra ball. But she combines that with modern aggressive mindset. She steps inside the baseline to take time away from her opponents, utilizing her left-handed spin to open up the court in ways right-handed players simply cannot anticipate. If her serve holds up, and improvements we have seen in Dubai and Indian Wells suggest it will, she has an arsenal to beat absolutely anyone in the draw. She has already proven she can beat Swiatek. She has proven she can beat Eno and Keys. She has proven she can go toe-to-toe with the Gula and Golf. The talent is unquestionable. The fitness is elite. The only variable is the burden of expectation. Can she carry the hopes of thousands of fans waiting outside? Can she handle the shock and awe of a nation watching her every move? Based on everything we have seen, the answer is a resounding yes. As we wrap up this extensive deep dive into phenomenon that is Alexandra Eala, one thing becomes incredibly clear. We are not just watching a tennis player. We are watching a cultural milestone unfold in real time. The fact that the whole USA is shocked that thousands of fans are waiting with such feverish anticipation for her return to the Miami Open is a testament to the undeniable truth that she has transcended the sport. She is no longer just a great story. With her head held high, she left the stage. That decision was not just an act of personal courage. It instantly ignited a storm of controversy that spread across the sports world, leaving ABC struggling to contain the backlash that followed. What happened next pushed the story into an even bigger spotlight. The reaction to Eala's experience did not simply come from a public relations team or a sports management agency. According to reports circulating in tennis circles, support came from one of the most powerful figures the sport has ever known. Serena Williams, the legendary champion who redefined dominance in women's tennis with 23 Grand Slam singles title, was widely discussed as someone standing firmly behind the young athlete. Rather than offering only a brief message of support on social media, insiders suggested that the situation had escalated into a much larger confrontation involving legal and media pressure directed toward ABC. In these accounts, Williams was portrayed not just as a supportive voice, but as a central figure in a potential legal battle that could reportedly reach tens of millions of dollars, highlighting how seriously the tennis world was taking the incident and the broader issue of how young athletes are treated by major media platforms. The lawsuit, according to reports circulating in tennis media circles, is being described not as a simple warning, but as a powerful and direct challenge. What makes the situation even more striking is the level of influence and experience involved. Since retiring from professional tennis, Serena Williams has built an impressive business empire, including her venture capital firm Serena Ventures, which has invested in numerous companies across different industries. Through these ventures, she has developed a strong understanding of strategy, leverage, and power in the corporate world. Because of that background, many observers believe that if she chooses to support someone in a legal or public dispute, it would likely involve serious planning and high-level legal expertise rather than simple public statements. Reports suggest that experienced attorneys who specialize in media and entertainment law could be involved. The kind of professionals known for conducting deep investigations, examining internal communications, and challenging large institutions when necessary. In situations like this, Legal teams often seek accountability, changes in leadership, or financial settlements that send a strong message to prevent similar incidents from happening again. Some insiders have framed the situation in very emotional terms, suggesting that the controversy touched a personal nerve for Serena Williams. When she saw the footage of Alexandra Eala facing intense questioning under studio lights, many believe it reminded her of moments from her own early career. Throughout her rise in tennis, Serena frequently faced difficult press conferences and media narratives that focused heavily on her personality, her body, and her personal life rather than solely on her achievements. One of the most painful moments often discussed in tennis history was during the Indian Wells 2001 when Serena and her family faced a hostile crowd while she was still a teenager. Experiences like that shaped her relationship with the media for many years and forced her to develop resilience in an environment that was often critical or unfair. Over time, Serena fought those battles through her performances, her confidence, and her extraordinary success, ultimately becoming one of the most dominant athletes the sport has ever seen. People close to her suggest that these past experiences may have influenced how seriously she views situations involving younger athletes today. According to those accounts, she has expressed a strong desire to ensure that the next generation of players does not face the same type of media pressure and hostility that she once experienced. For someone with her level of influence, resources, and global recognition, taking a stand on such an issue could carry enormous weight across the sports world. And the story may not stop there. Reports within tennis discussions have also mentioned the possibility of other prominent figures becoming involved in the broader conversation about athlete treatment and media responsibility. One name frequently mentioned is Novak Djokovic, the most decorated men's tennis player in history with 24 Grand Slam singles titles and the co-founder of the Professional Tennis Players Association. Because Djokovic has long advocated for stronger protections and representation for professional tennis players, many analysts believe he could play a role in discussions about how athletes are treated by major media organizations.